Greetings, friends, and greetings to Bulls legend Tom Boerwinkle as well. More on Tom in a minute. But let's go to the pause menu, go over to options, and then make our way down to controller settings. And then we're going to go down to where it says shot timing visual cue. And so, as usual, if you are not aware of what shot timing visual cue is, it determines the best time to release the shot button to get that excellent release on your jump shot in the game. And so there are 4 options: push, release, jump, and set point. And so you may be wondering which option is best for you, which option you should choose to get that green release on your jump shots in the game. And so let's go ahead and look at exactly what each of these actually means. So set point is, or actually let's go start with jump. So jump is considered very early release. So this means you gotta release that button pretty quick, as your player is going up for the jump shots. So that's very early. Set point is considered early, push is considered late, and then release is considered very late. And so that's how you could kind of visualize these. So just kind of replace the words with, the ones that we mentioned. So very early, late, and very late. But the best option, now it's all up to you. It's all up to you what you want to do. So, but I'm just kind of just throwing it out there. If you're new and you feel like you're really struggling, then I would say go with release, which is very late, because then it gives you more time to get that green release window and hit that excellent release window. Because if you go with something like set point or jump, maybe it'll feel a little too quick for you. So maybe you want to go something a little slower. And so push is actually like the default setting, so that's already kind of slower. But even if that's a little too fast, you can go to release, and that's very late. So that's actually what I use. I should go with a release. So but if you feel like you're struggling and you want to start off slow, then you can do that. But you can always upgrade and change over time and say, okay, I want something a little faster green release window. And so you can switch to jump or set point or something like that if you so wish as well. And again, it's all up to you. Maybe you're more comfortable with a faster visual cue, so maybe you want some a little quicker. So it's all up to you, but this is just something I'm just kind of throwing out there. Another thing I wanted to mention about the visual cue settings is that it depends on what mode you're playing in. So if you're playing in My Career and you're playing in NBA games and your difficulty level is at rookie or pro, then the green release window is already going to be huge, so the visual cue setting may not factor in as much as you might think. As to where if you're playing in park or rec games, then that's where the visual cue setting actually matters a bit more. And the reason being is because the difficulty level is automatically set to Hall of Fame in park, rec games, theater games, things like that. So that's something to keep in mind there. So you need to be more accurate, more precise with your jump shot and stuff like that. So the visual cue can help you, once you have a visual cue you're comfortable with, then that will help you, knock down more shots and be more comfortable with your shot timing when you're playing in park or rec games or things like that. So that's one thing that you should keep in mind. So Tom Boerwinkle was drafted by the Chicago Bulls, my friend, in the 1968 draft as the 4th overall pick. And I know I did a terrible job of making him, but I did get his height and his weight and stuff down, so I got that much going. But Tom was a fantastic rebounder who ended up becoming the all-time leader in Bulls history in rebounds, until some guy who wears number 23 named Michael Jordan passed him up. But the thing that really stood out about Tom Boerwinkle is that he was ahead of his time. He was one of the first true facilitating centers in the NBA. He was doing behind-the-back passes and all these different things that was unheard of in the 60s and 70s. And so he was doing that stuff and was ahead of his time. Now, Wilt was a fantastic facilitator as well, but think about it, it's Wilt Chamberlain, Tom Boerwinkle, and then who else? Nobody was doing what those guys were doing as far as passing centers goes. So it's here's this 7-foot guy who's 265, and he's up there making all these amazing passes and all this other stuff. So he was definitely ahead of his time there. Now he finished averaging 3.2 assists for his career, and on paper that doesn't sound that amazing, but again, around that time that was just unheard of. It's what, a center going 3+ a game? that's crazy. So, and then too, he ended up becoming top 10 all time in Bulls history in assists as well. So, and he's the only center, the only big man that's in the top 10 on the all-time Bulls assist leaderboard, the all-time leaders list. So because it's Tom Boerwinkle at number 9, and then everybody else above him are all guards. It's all guards. So Mike is at number 1, Scotty 2, Kirk Heinrich 3, Norm Van Leer 4, Derek Rose at 5, Reggie Theus at 6, John Paxson 7, Bob Wise at 8, and then Tom Boerwinkle at number 9. So he's the only center, the only big man overall that is in that top 10 for assists. So yeah. And he played with 3 Bulls icons as well, Jerry Sloan, Chet Walker, and Bob Love. Bob had this to say about Tom Boerwinkle: "I always tell people half of my buckets came from him. He's one of the best passing big men of all time." And ladies and gentlemen, that is a perfect way to describe Mr. Tom Boerwinkle, who, by the way, also is the only Bull in history to play his entire career in a Bulls uniform. Alright y'all, watch this next video to know more about what might be the most unstoppable move in NBA 2K24, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace, adios, sayonara. GhostPanda, out of here.